Hello pirates, Captain Cash here, and today we are switching up ship sizes and making a build for a smaller ship today. Specifically my sloop, the Vengeful Djinn. Now, have you ever wondered why you will just randomly see a smaller ship in some of the highest level content in the game? Well, that's because our smaller ships actually get a huge upgrade if you decide to invest in them. And we're going to take full advantage of that upgrade and apply a generous amount of explosive power while we're at it. So the idea here is to boost the explosive damage that revolves around the ship's main perk called Outburst. This will give us a 50% chance of triggering an explosion that deals 1500 damage in a 150 meter radius. I love this explosion because it is great for clearing out those mines that convoy ships are using now when they defend against us. We also get an increase to structure damage by 40% and a bonus of 15% to our explosive damage. Fans of the Paddle with King may notice they have a similar perk called Detonate, but right now if I have to choose, I am going to go with the Sloop because it gets a boost due to a unique perk to small ships. See, our smaller ships needed a way to keep up with their medium-sized brothers, so when the upgrade system was introduced, our smaller ships got a few extra perks to help them out. Just like medium ships, everybody gets some increases to whole health and furniture spaces, but a perk called Heavy Arsenal gives smaller ships more guns. But it not only opens up more weapon slots on smaller ships, it gives the broadside weapons a flat 50% boost in damage. Now, if you've seen any of my build videos before, then you know we are going to dial this up as much as possible with our weapons and furniture. And by the way, this is one of the first 3 upgrades you can get when you upgrade the ship. Your first upgrade at level 1 will just get you the 25% damage bonus, and then upgrade level 3 will get you the 50% bonus. So if you are worried about spending a lot of upgrade materials to get this bonus, this should be some good news to you. But if you can actually get your sloop upgraded to level 6 of 6, you'll also get an additional perk called Ruin. This will just lower your enemy's weapon damage output by 10% when you hit them with explosive damage. Not needed for what we're doing today, but still a nice bonus. So with that out of the way, let's talk weapons. Since we are looking to boost explosive damage, we will need some explosive weapons to start with. And some of the best explosive weapons in the game right now are bombards and rockets. We are in season 3, so the best bombards for the job right now are going to be the Darndarilus gun. I think that's how that's pronounced. The best rocket launcher in the game right now is the Warhammer, which you can purchase currently if you are a Kingpin. Our bombards have explosive 3, which will add 30% of our damage as explosive damage, and the rockets have explosive 2, which will add 20% of our damage as explosive damage. You already see what's going to happen here. Oh, and remember, we have a 50% chance of triggering an additional explosion with every rocket and bombard hit, so a nice bonus there. Now, you can go with whatever you want on the bow. I am using the Skurlock long guns with this setup, so that if I happen to tear the sails on a ship, I get another bonus 7,000 damage. Now when it comes to furniture, we are going to help out the ship's stamina and health with war drums and the company screens. The smaller ships generally have to keep the sails trimmed at all times to keep up with the larger ones, so the war drums will help reduce stamina depletion by 50% while we're trimming. And this will boost our armor rating by 200 while trimming too. The hitbox is far smaller with this ship, so a lot of bombard and mortar fire may just miss us due to this, but the company screens will help reduce the area of effect damage and give us a small boost to our health too, just in case things get a little dicey. But the real stars of the show are the bombard menuiserie, yeah, I am still not sure about that one, the shell packing station, and the port and starboard powder kegs. Remember, we are getting a 50% bonus to our broadside weapons, which are any weapons that are on the port or starboard of our ship. The port and starboard powder kegs will give us an additional 10% weapon damage, and the bombard menuiserie will add on another 10% to that. The shell packing station will increase the area of effect of the bombards and will reduce the loading time. And by the way, if you happen to use this build to plunder any forts, you do have an extra 50% bonus to structure damage with the furniture and outburst perks working together. And finally, to boost our damage even more, because of course we are going to use the Buccaneer's Oath armor, which will increase our armor and weapon damage another 25%, but after we destroy an enemy. Yes, this does include towers that you find on forts or scattered around the map, so pretty much anything you destroy, you will activate this bonus. Now, as you have been seeing on screen, this little ship is an absolute beast when it comes to DPS outputs. And after a few upgrades, it really gets a nice boost to its hull health and brace strength, so you can hang in there for some of the toughest content in the game with little to no issue. You may have to make a change to armor to survive certain world bosses, but you still retain a large amount of DPS even if you lose the Buccaneer's Oath. And as I mentioned, it is superb at taking on convoys right now because it explodes those mines they drop out without even trying. And naturally, when ships group together, they'll be damaged quite heavily, not only from the explosive fire you're already giving them, but the additional 1500 that can basically happen to any ship at any moment from any explosive hit you give them. The Vengeful Djinn. This is one genie I am definitely keeping out of the bottle. Hey, you guys, thank you for coming out. My name has been Captain Cash. I'll see you out there on the seas. Take it easy.